Hey friends and foes. Welcome back to Daisy's Gone Coloring. If you're new here, do not worry. I am also new, so just thank you for checking on in. In this video, I did not actually draw this, obviously. I got this coloring book that I found at Barnes & Noble's and absolutely fell in love with it because it had amazing reference images of birds, I think there was fish and other flowers in it. So I was like, yeah, this is a great way to practice my coloring skills and my color matching, you know, really visualizing the values and applying the lights and the darks and whatnot. So in this one, I'm actually using my really expensive Caran d'Ache Luminance colored pencils. These are my absolute favorite colored pencils. They're super top of the line, like expert users, and they're super expensive. But I'm no expert, and I was like, why not use, the nice material or nicer material, see what I can do with it. And I'm just absolutely brand washed. I love Caran d'Ache, everything Caran d'Ache all the way. So I figured I'm gonna go ahead and use these, test out my coloring skills. There's Purrl. She'll be coming in and out of frame. She was so into the coloring, the motion of the colored pencils, she literally tries taking them away from my hand. She's adorable. She's our little kitten. And yeah, so here I am just trying to really get that color matching as much as possible. I think I love coloring, but it's not very easy for me. I think I have so many sketches that I'm so afraid to touch with color, so I just leave them as the line work is, leave them as they are because I'm afraid I'll ruin them. So I think this was a really great practice for me, and I'll probably, make more videos of these as well. And it's definitely something I would recommend if you feel like you might need more practice with using colored pencils and you don't just want to get to it on a sketch. Definitely try out a coloring book, because the line's already there, so you just have to work with the values and getting the right color. And there she is, Purrl again, always trying to get attention, always trying. She's always up to something. But I know last week we were talking about curses and whatnot because just so many bad things were happening, like one right after the other. And, I'm Hispanic. My parents are first generation Mexican. So we always assume, alguien te hizo el mal de ojo. Somebody, is up to no good. Somebody's, wishing you ill or whatever. And so it got to me and I was like, oh my God, is something bad really happening to us? Is someone, trying to harm us? But even if that's the case, they're not, they're failing because we, took a breather. We were discussing it because we were, my fiance and I, we were on the ground. We were just getting beat by the universe. And when you're down on the floor, there's nowhere to go up. No way to go up. No other way to go except up. Oh my God, I cannot talk today. But yeah, so we started talking. We're like, you know what though? We're fine. Like all of these things that are happening technically are happening around us. They're not happening directly to us. We're not harmed. We're not ill. We're pretty actually happy. So regardless of all those stressors that were occurring, they happen to all of us at some point in our life. Ours like to happen consistently, consecutively, but no, other than that, we are fine. So either the curse has been lifted or there was no curse and life was just being life. But regardless, I hope that everybody has a great week this week. I am doing the voiceover on Tuesday, so it's still a fairly new week. And I hope that it goes well for everybody. And, if you're not having a good week, I think it's okay to say that, and look for other ways that you can make it better. Spend time with loved ones if you can, if that's possible. Go for a walk for that mental health. Hug your pet. Drink un cafecito. I know that might cause us some anxiety. I know it sure does for me, but it's just so good, in the moment. Because I think that in my first video, a lot of family was like, that's so negative. You're being so negative, blah. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but, negative things are happening to me. And I think when someone tries to shove down positivity, down your throat, it creates some toxicity. So I really believe that, positive toxicity is a thing, and it's not beneficial, it's not helpful. It kind of feels like you are kind of just being shoved away or to the side, or not wanting to be listened to by others because you're just way too negative. But I think that having someone sometimes hear your stories, even if they do sound negative, if they sound sorrowful or sad, or whatever they might perceive it as, if you do have someone that can listen to you, make it make you feel not so alone in the world, make it seem like it's a normal thing, you're not alone in this, it's happened before to others, you're gonna get through it. And a distraction, you know making it a joke, it's something you're gonna laugh about later in the future and whatnot. I think that is way more helpful than family that's just like, oh look, there's Purrl, oh my god, sorry, she's just such a beautiful distraction. But and there she is trying to steal my colors again. Oh my god, there she got my color, she got it. Oh my gosh, she is a handful, but we love her. But yeah, sorry, like I was saying, it's more helpful to have someone like sit down and hear you than someone that hears you and then they're like super judgmental about it, and they're like, I wish you hadn't said that, you're not Chris, you're just being so negative. And it's like, okay, clearly this isn't a safe space anymore. And I just want people to know that my channel is a safe space, whether you're having a bad week or you're having an amazing week and you want to share that, please do so. I know we are humans, we have emotions. Some days, some weeks are great, some months are not so great. Some months we do feel like we're cursed and whatnot. And it doesn't mean that we are, it just, it means that we need some lifting up. And I think as people, as family member, as friends, and even as strangers, we can always check in with each other just to make sure that we are doing okay, that whatever it is that we're going through, there is an end to it. The sun will shine in the morning, and the sun does shine for everyone, But yeah, so this week definitely was a turnaround, and I'm very glad it was. There's Purrl again. She's so tiny. Quick story about Purrl. My cousin actually found her in an alleyway when she was, she was like 2 weeks old. So she definitely still needed her mother. If you guys didn't know this, cats, when they're born, their mothers lick them in order to stimulate their, what would you call it? I don't know, their butts, so that they know that they have to urinate or poop. And I don't know if my cousins knew that. We definitely didn't know that until we started doing like research on how to, raise a kitten without their mother if they're only like, they're under 8 weeks old. And that was the thing we learned, that before they're like 4 weeks, their mom is stimulating them and reminding them that they have to either defecate or urinate. They can't do it on their own. So when we picked her up, she was just crying and crying, and we didn't, we were like, oh my god, I wonder how long she went without peeing, because she peed so much. And then we were bottle feeding her, and she was still on kitten formula at the time, and she was so severely constipated for like a week. It was so painful for her, and it was so sad to see her suffer that way. Eventually, she was growing, so we changed her food, and then she just had like watery stool for like 2 weeks, and we were so afraid. We took her to the vet. They said she was fine, just give her water, and they actually weren't that helpful. Eventually, I went onto Reddit, and oh, the camera got blurry there, sorry about that, guys. I don't know if it was Purrl messing with the arm of the camera, but yeah. Oh no, here it goes. Okay, it gets better, I promise. But yeah, Purrl, back to Purrl. So Purrl is, oh my gosh, I lost count. She's like maybe 10 weeks old right here, and she's still so tiny. And it's because she had diarrhea for the longest. First she was constipated, then she just had diarrhea, and the vets weren't that helpful, and they gave her medication for parasites, but she didn't have a parasite problem. She had a dietary problem, so Reddit helped us figure that out. So thank you, people on Reddit. See, that's the whole thing about community. It's just finding others, talking to others about your problems. You can be enlightened. Sure, you'll have bad advice here and there, but you can always cherry pick the good ones and just keep those, put the others on the back burner. But she's doing a lot better now. She's just very tiny, and I don't mind her being tiny. We love it. So that's our baby Purrl. But yeah, and here I'm just almost finishing up, really trying to get the green of the branch. It's too bad it's not as visible in the page that I'm coloring, but you can see the branch in the on the left side, the printed side. It was so beautiful. It was like a green wood, and I really tried to emphasize that. I think you can kind of see like the highlighted areas I have. But I really enjoyed, just coloring and not worrying about my drawing or the line work. It was very refreshing, very almost like meditation, because when I'm doing this, there's nothing else on my mind. Um, I'm able to really focus, and these colorings and my drawings usually take an average about 2 hours. I know it doesn't seem that way, but it takes me a long time. But it's really good for me because in that time I'm really just I'm coloring. Like I can turn off my my brain, my thoughts and everything, and just focus on what I'm doing. And it's something that I struggle with in my everyday life. I feel like my brain is always constantly running, always thinking. I am doing one thing and then I stop and go do another, so I have very much, I guess you can say, a lack of focus. But not when I'm creating art, not when I'm drawing, not when I'm coloring or when I'm painting. I think it's the one time where I feel most me, and I feel not worried. I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm really just in the moment. And for me, that's been very hard to do pretty much all my life. And coloring is something that allows me to calm down. I can feel like my breathing is more, I guess it's more regulated. My thoughts are more regulated. Everything is just, I feel like it's where it should be most of the time, and it's not. So if you can do anything that can help you guys regulate your breathing, whether it's actual meditation or something, an activity that you don't even realize is, a sort of meditation for you, I definitely suggest that you guys try it out. It's such a huge blessing to, you know, I don't know, to just color. For me, it really is a huge blessing to be able to create something with my own hands. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys definitely come back and give my drawings a like if you'd like to do so. Subscribe if you wish. Just really, I hope this was a safe space. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you guys would like to see anything, feel free to comment. And just have a lovely week. Remember to, always, always be grateful, I guess. The sun will shine for everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching.